The New York Knicks just got bad news for opening night against the Boston Celtics. We're going to break that down on today's show. But if you want to start the season 1-0, if you want to beat the Boston Celtics and ruin their ring ceremony night, as they will be adding another rafter to the TD Garden, hit that thumbs up icon right now. You're watching Knicks Now by Chat Sports. I am your host, Marshall Green. Appreciate everybody for stopping by as we react to the latest injury news that surrounds this basketball team. Some updates surrounding Julius Randle and Mitchell Robinson have come out, and both of them suggest that they could potentially be missing opening night against the Boston Celtics. David Wurzberger of SNY wrote this article saying, according to SNY's Ian Begley, it would be surprising if Randle is ready to go by the start of training camp, with his comeback likely slated for opening night or even in the games to follow. On top of that, as of 2 weeks ago, Mitchell Robinson was still working through rehab and has to clear several hurdles to be ready for training camp. Wurzberger also added this, and I think this is important to know and kind of puts a little bit more color to the picture of the timeline for Randle. Standard recoveries for the injury that Randle sustained can be between 4 to 6 months. Randle's surgery was in April, making opening night the 6-month mark. The one thing I don't want to see the New York Knicks do is rush Julius Randle back from injury. Because one, and I'll say this in a second, Randle is going to want to play. Randle is the type of guy that always wants to be out there. The Knicks might need to save Randle from himself. But more importantly, when we have seen Randle rush back from injuries, he's not played well. Look, he didn't play well in the Cavs series when he had to rush back from injury. He didn't play well in the Heat series when he had to rush back from injury. He didn't play well in the first 6 games of the 2023-2024 season when he was playing and knocking the rust off, as he was still not 100%. I mean, the guy averaged 13.7 points per game on 27% from the field and 22.5% from three. I don't remember the stat exactly, but he had the worst 7-game start to an NBA season when it came to the amount of volume and shot attempts that he put up each night. And look, Randle has already re-injured this shoulder one time before. Remember, he suffered that injury against the Heat back in January, and then he wanted to rehab and not go through surgery. That way he could be ready to go in the playoffs. And then he had a setback during his rehab that was not announced until he was inevitably ruled out for the season and underwent that surgery. So he's already re-injured himself one time from going too hard, and you know that Julius Randle is going to want to play in Game 1. Don't let it happen. Like, we do not need Randle to go out there and A, play bad, B, put himself in harm's way, and C, have maybe him not being 100% hurt this team when it comes to the win-loss column. Look, we're all going to be rooting for Randle this year, because if Randle is great, the Knicks are going to be great. But at the end of the day, he's a competitor, and that's something I will respect about him, but the Knicks are going to have to hold him and really keep him out of harm's way. Don't let him injure himself. Don't put him out there if he's not ready to roll. It's a long season. Game 1, yeah, we're all going to be hyped up. We're going to be jazzed up. We want to go 1-0. We want to ruin the ring night for the Celtics. But it doesn't matter if 30's not ready to go for the playoffs. It doesn't matter if any of these guys aren't ready to go once we get to January, February, March, April, May, and potentially, hopefully, into June. Save himself from that injury. He's already done it once because he went too hard. Show Julius Randle some love. I know people think I'm a Randle hater. Look, I appreciate everything he's done for this organization, and I know he's a dog on the court. 3-time All-Star, 2-time All-NBA player, was going to be All-NBA again this year. I just have my questions about if he's the perfect fit and his future with the team. But I respect him as a person and a man, and we should show him some love on today's show. Type those 30s. Coming up next, we have a Mitchell Robinson update. Robinson was still working through rehab and has to clear several hurdles to be ready for training camp. Could he miss Game 1? Sounds like he is going to. We'll talk about that. But first, I got to tell you guys about our proud daily fantasy partner, and that is Prize Picks. Go to prizepicks.com/CLNS, and if you make a $5 lineup, you're going to get $50 for free. Play a $5 lineup and get $50 for free. It's easy and exciting daily fantasy. All you do is create a lineup of 2 to 6 players, and you simply put 2 to 6 players, and you simply pick more or less on their projected stat line. Get $50 in your account when you play $5 at prizepicks.com/CLNS, promo code CLNS. That's prizepicks.com/CLNS, Promo code CLNS. The football season is right around the corner. Get ready for week 1. Basketball season's almost here. It's prizepicks.com/CLNS. Use that promo code CLNS. Put $5 in your account. They'll give you $50 for free. Vertsberger also wrote this about Mitchell Robinson, saying, Robinson's outlook is understandably weaker than Julius Randle's. Stress injuries that require surgery can commonly keep players out for up to 6 months, and even beyond with complications. It was the same ankle that went under the knife in December for a stress fracture that kept Robinson out for 4 months. Re-injuring that ankle should, at the very least, mean a more cautious recovery for Robinson this time around, which means the Knicks could very well go into the season without their starting center. They could have long-term concerns as well. Robinson has as many 30 games played seasons as he does 60 games played seasons since 2020. Multiple lower body injuries and surgeries to a big man can compound in scary ways. While I am not worried about the long-term health of Julius Randle, I am 100% worried about the long-term health of Mitchell Robinson. Look, I think it's pretty common amongst any sport that you watch. Injury-prone players are injury-prone for a reason. Injury-prone players stay hurt. Hurt players stay hurt. Like, it's unbelievable. He's always hurt because it just is what he is. Like, he has shown the ability or the lack of ability to stay healthy. And Leon Rose knows this. Like, he's too smart to know that. He could probably depend on Mitchell Robinson. And look, the Knicks are a Mitchell Robinson injury away if this roster stays the same, potentially in the playoffs, from having Precious Achiuwa having to start a playoff game. Maybe Jericho Sims having to start a playoff game. Or worst comes to worst, maybe even Errol Huckporty starting a playoff game. Look, the best way to predict the future is look back at the past. And as much as I want Mitchell Robinson to be healthy, as much as I want him to be ready to rock out for a full playoff because he was dominant in that Cleveland Cavs series 2 years ago, outplaying All-Star Jared Allen, why should I believe? What has he given me to stand on that he could be healthy? 66 games, 61 games. And then in the last 4 years, he's played more than 59 games one time. Why should I believe that he is going to be healthy? And it's not even me. What do the Knicks have to stand on to say, you know what? We could trust Mitchell Robinson. It's not even trusting that we can trust that he can stay healthy. Because the past tells you he is going to be hurt. The Knicks have to make a move for a big. And I believe that the New York Knicks know that they have to make a move for a big. Because all the chips you had right here, you've already pushed them all into the table. You can't fold your hand now. You don't give OG Anunoby $220 million and then trade not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 first-round picks and a future pick swap, 6 total first-round picks for Mikal Bridges, to not have a plan at center. That's like going all in and you don't have any cards. Like, you have to make a move. And I trust in Leon Rose. I do. He's earned that. He's been great. He's made home run move after home run move. And we've seen these Knicks teams make some major changes in season the last 2 years. Made a trade for Josh Hart. Made a trade for OG Anunoby. Made trades for Bojan Bogdanovic. Like, they're not afraid to make in-season trades. But you want to make the trade before you have to make the trade. Because when teams know you have to make the trade, they're going to make you overpay. It's going to be very interesting to see how Leon Rose makes moves this year at that center spot and how it all unfolds. And I'll be breaking it down on this channel as well as on social media. So give me a follow at @MarshallGreen_ on Twitter. Same handle on IG. Hit me up over there, and let's go Knicks.